Okay, here we are again. As you can see, you can't see yet. As you will soon see, we have now the PS3 sprites as well as the voice acting active. So it's pretty much the standard version everyone would play with, or the one that you've recommended so heavily. We'll see how this plays out for like 45 minutes now. Then I'm gonna upload this as a very short version. Everyone says, yeah, that's good, quite good, that's nice, let's do it like this. Then we'll continue as it is right now. Furthermore, I've put the face cam now in the upper left corner, and with that, well, I'm from time to time gonna block some faces, but it should be fine overall because if there's only 2 characters, I believe it works quite fine, and most of the time the characters in the middle or on the right anyways, so it works out quite nicely. But everything said, I hope the sounds mixed now. Well, the sound mixing works out now. Maybe I should have done this via 2 different filters. I need to get more into OBS to figure out how to work that out. But I tried a few things out, and now it should work quite nicely with both the voices in the game and me having roughly the same volume. That being said, let's note where we left off with Ava having to say something.
もちろん私も同意よ。
Yeah, so I think we now hear her voice, and at least hope it is that way. And I have to say, I heard some of the voices already because I tested it out a bit, and I was very off on Ava. She's a lot more bossy, while Rosa is a lot more quiet and shy. And well, we'll see how the other voices turned out to be.
ローザもそうでしょ?
What was this one about again? About yeah, I should have probably read the last few sentences. Let's take a short look because I've lost the context, I think. Bring it on, show me what you've got. Yes, that's her. From here on. Okay, now that's just where it left off. So I assume it's about something about her logic. We'll see.
ローザ? ごめんなさい。
She's a bit out of it.
私も同じよ。同意するわ。
I think it's that the witch is here, right? That there's another person on this island as well. Something like that.
どうしたんや、ローザさん。あんたさっきからずいぶんおとなしいな。体調でも悪いんとちゃうか?
This is still sounding as nice as I imagined. From the beginning, Rosa had never been one to cut in on the sibling fights. But even so, she seemed unmotivated, and had said almost nothing during this night's conference. The whole time she had hung her head and appeared to be thinking about something else.
あんたさっきからぼんやりしてるわよ。
You're still not getting less suspicious to me, Rosa.
そんなので遺産が守れると思ってるの? あんたも一児の母なんだから、もっとしっかりなさいよ。
Interesting. I mean, they are on the same side, so her propping her up a bit is reasonable. Though you've been the one to put her down all her life, so you're not the one to talk.
ごめんなさい。
It's quite an interesting contrast when you compare it to how she was in episode 2, because she's way less confident, way less bossy.
朝がだいぶ早かったんじゃないかね。
His voice sounds very familiar, but I can't put it right now where I've heard him before.
体調が悪いなら無理をしない方がいいだろう。
客室にベッドの用意がありますよ。
She's pretty much as I imagined.
お休みになってはいかがですか? ご案内しますよ。
Huh. Interesting. It's pretty much the...
大丈夫です。
It would have been the Natsui situation from the first look if she said yes to that.
ありがとう。
But why is she so out of it? What happened?
どうしたんだ?
Oh. I hadn't seen his PS3 sprite yet. He's so different from the Pachinko sprite. I see what you mean. Like just looking at him, um, you maybe even heard it from the voice, but looking at the PS3 sprite, he seemed a lot more, how to say it, it's the right word, like not an evildoer, like a prankster, you know, like the jokester. This time he now seems like some kind of high up aristocratic child, like some prince from somewhere. It's very different to the other sprite. Like the others look pretty much the same, but he looks so different.
何か心配事でもあるのか?
It's so weird seeing them being so nice to Rosa.
いえ、別に。
そう?さっきからずっと心ここにあらずという感じよ。そしてそれは今私たちがしている議題と何か関係があるんじゃないかしら?
Probably? Oh, that's... Well, let's hear it. Beatrice also wanted you to speak, so you have something very important to say, I assume. As if in response, Rosa's shoulders quivered. Apparently, Korea's guess hadn't been wrong. Rosa couldn't deny it either.
いえ、
She swallowed whatever it was she had been trying to say and went silent again. Of course, the other siblings also began to realize that something about her appearance was different from usual.
どうしたんだ? さっきからおかしいぞ。
That looks a bit more like him from before.
何か思うことでもあるのか?
わしら全員で団結しようって誓い合ったばかりやないか。一人で悩むなんて水臭い話やで。
I'm wondering if they're all going to fall apart one by one during this entire episode. Also, the pachinko sprites have some issues with the rendering, right? Like these weird lines you see everywhere. Is that normal, or is there something I should change in the settings to make them disappear? What's that? Stupid pop-up.
話したってな。
ローザ、話しなさい。
The men pressed her one after the other, and Rosa confessed resigned. I never saw the word resigned as an adjective. As an adverb. Resignedly and nervously. The atmosphere made it seem as though she was confessing to some modest prank, which had inadvertently brought about a serious situation.
いえ、ベアトリーチェっていうお父様の愛人って本当にその生きてるのかしらって思って。
Very good point. Which is also another interesting part that I hadn't really thought about. The Beatrice that we see during the tea party, while she doesn't seem as young as the children, obviously, and probably around the age of the parents, that would still make her very, very young during the time of Kinso's youth. So if she's the witch, obviously, she wouldn't age properly, but if we assume that the Beatrice that we saw in the previous episodes, the one with the staff and everything, was a human, then she, at least in theory, or at least in my opinion, couldn't have been the Beatrice from all the way back then. So then there would have to be an actual other older Beatrice that lived during the grandfather's time. And if she is alive, that's another very interesting question. Maybe the Beatrice we saw in the beginning of this episode, like the white-haired woman, maybe that's the actual original Beatrice, and she for some reason like lost her hair color. Like maybe she went white over the years, and that's what we actually saw. Though it seemed more silvery, and the one on the painting is like her young self. But where do you want to go with this, Rosa?
そりゃ生きてるに決まってるでしょ
You're such a prick.
こうして手紙を送ってくるぐらいだもの
True.
元気かどうかは別の問題だろうけど。
It's working out greatly so far. Sorry, I talked over you, Rolf.
肖像画の美女も 今じゃきっといいお年だろうぜ。
Exactly.
元気やと思うで。金のことで悪知恵働くやつは決まっていくつになっても元気や。
True, true.
案外悪巧みは最高の回春剤かもしらへんで。
I like you. I really like him. I hope he's not evil.
生きてるはずないの。
She shouldn't be alive.
今なんて
ベアトリーチェは死んでるのよ。私が殺した。
What? Excuse me? What?
なんだって。
Huh?
どういうことよローザ。
Yes. She's dead? You killed her? What the? Okay.
でも私が殺したわけじゃ。でも私があんなところに連れ出したから。
What is...
やっぱり私が殺したのよ。あれは夢だと思い込もうとしたのよ。でもやっぱりあれは夢じゃなかったのよ。
Okay.
だからこれはベアトリーチェの俺からの手紙なのよ。
Could you please explain anything at all about what you did? It was so sudden that everyone was lost for words. Absolutely. Rosa kept on talking, unable to stop, holding her head as if her hair flew all about. As her hair flew all
どう
about.
か落ち着いてローザさん。
わしには何がないやらさっぱりや。
Me neither, Hideyoshi. Me neither.
もう死んどる？どういう意味なんや。
But seriously.
2つの意味があると思うわ。まず1つ目は言葉通りの意味、
Yeah.
そしてもう1つは私たちの想像が正しかったことを裏付けるもの。
ということはローザはベアトリーチェに会ったことがあるというのか。
そんな話ローザの口からは一度も聞いたことがないわ。
Yeah, like, what is going on?
ローザ、いつよ。あなたは一体いつベアトリーチェに会ったのよ。
昔よ。
Was no. Rosa can't be the girl from the epilogue, right? Because prologue. Because she talked about grandfather, or was it a different grandfather that she was talking about? And not Kinzo, the grandfather of the children, but actually the father of Kinzo.
ずっと昔よ。まだこの島に引っ越してきたばかりで私は幼かった。
Okay, maybe it was her. Yeah.
私は悪くないの。私が殺したわけじゃ。
落ち着け。誰もお前を責めちゃいねえぜ。
Maybe don't even understand what you have supposedly done yet.
まず水でも飲め。
Yeah.
夏日さん、水差しを頼む。
はい。どうぞローザさん、どうか落ち着いて。
What in the world did you do? Until Rosa was able to calm her rapid breathing, no one was able to speak a word. It's still bugged. That's so annoying. Is it normal, or once again, is there something I can do against this? Because it just looks very weird. And I guess the clock is still bugged as well. Too bad. Backstory time. Oh, that's quite a nice garden.
ベアトリーチ。
Oh, I can so.
先ほどから呼んでおる。
Oh, he's sounding a lot nicer than I imagined right now.
聞こえなんだか？
So she was actually around at that time. And she looks like the Beatrice we know. Interesting.
そうであったか。
Oh, how do you sound so cute?
すまぬ。
She's very... I think the music is a bit too loud. I'll tone it down a bit. I hope this works better. We'll see. Maybe if it's too silent, we'll have to put it up again. But right now, the music was louder than Beatrice talking, so I think it's a bit too loud.
ぼんやり考え事をしていた。許せ。
良い天気だな。
But he already looks so old here.
なるほど。陽気に心を奪われるのもわかるというもの。
Like, I thought he met her like once for a year or two, maybe, and then everything went apart. But from how this looks like, with how old Kinzo looks right now, this seems more like at most 30 years ago, maybe? And at least from how I see it, or at least from what I know, means that they've been seeing each other for like 10 or 20 years even before everything fell apart.
紅茶はここで飲むか？
わらわは何者なのか。
I want you to look at the eye color is right, okay, right? I'm not sure. I haven't seen the other sprite of Beatrice yet, so I just have to assume. Who am I?
今紅茶を持ってくる。しばし待て。
紅茶は良い。わらわの話に付き合え。
よかろう。
Kinzo had used the excuse of getting black tea to try and interrupt the conversation for the time being, but his attempt had been very transparent. I sat in a garden chair and beckoned Kinzo to do the same. Kinzo sat down heavily, exaggerating his age. For a while we sat and appreciated the silence.
わらわは何者なのか。
Yeah, that's a very good question.
この問いに今日まで答えてくれた者はおらぬ。なぜか皆目をそらしはぐらかす。
Huh.
そなたとは長い仲だ。わらわはそなたを無二の友であり、そして父ですらあると思っておる。
Interesting. Okay, so this Beatrice, or at least this version or whatever, is probably way younger, which would, I guess, make sense. So this could be more in line with his daughter, or well, Beatrice's daughter, or something like that. What would be the alternatives? If we assume that she's a witch, if we go with the magic side, then this might be the extra conditions that Beatrice talked about, like that Kinzo caught her and trapped her. That this is her weakened self that hasn't really gained in self-understanding yet again. So this might be the version that Beatrice will try to tell us about. And if it isn't, then would this be the daughter, or would this be a Beatrice with some sort of amnesia? Also, that your loved one calls you her dad is not a good look, Kinzo.
だからどうか教えてほしい。そなたは知っているはずだ。
Yeah, I should know everything, Kinzo.
わらわが何者であるかを。
And blocking him once again. This is very annoying. We'll have to live with it. It will be fine.
なぜにそのようなことが気になるのか。
I'll try to make it somehow better with later ones. Maybe I can do like You know, like make this smaller and then put something here and make it work out somehow like this. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. We'll make it work somehow.
そなたはベアトリーチェ。
Okay.
この屋敷の主ではないか。
So is it a bit too big right now? Get a bit smaller. Like maybe if you do it like this and let them with a bit of black on the left. This should be fine as well. Let's try it like this. You are Beatrice, the master of this mansion. Is that not so?
それ以上の何を知りたいというのか。
So he still sees her as Beatrice. Most definitely.
わからない。
なんだ。何が知りたいのか自分でもわからぬというのか。それは不可解な。若き日には出口なき思考の迷路にて遊びたくなることもある。
No excellent.
そなたの悩みもそれであろう。
It's also kind of what Battler is going through right now, right? Like this thought labyrinth of trying to solve the case that has no exit. Like he's trapped in an endless riddle. Kenzo laughed as though it was a trivial matter. However, I couldn't help but feel that this behavior was another attempt to force me to stop any further questioning.
やはりそなたもそれを語ってはくれぬのか。
He won't.
語ることなど何もない。そなたはベアトリーチェだ。それで十分ではないか。
いや違う。
I still don't know what to think of you. He's a very weird case.
わらわが知りたいのは名前ではない。わらわが何者なのか。
Yeah.
わらわは誰で何で。
This is a perspective I never thought we would get. So, like, how do we see this right now? Like, is Rosa observing all of this? Or how do
い
we
つからここにい
know
て
about this?
そしていつまでここで日々を過ごせばよいのか。
You can take this once again in both ways. Very nice.
やはり紅茶を持ってこよう。せっかくの陽気がもったいないとは思わぬか。
Oh, that's it. Okay.
これは何の話だ。
Oh, you sounded a lot more mature than I thought. Battler.
どうやらお前の昔話のようだが。
そのよう
She sounds very different. A lot more evil.
だな。まさかここまで遡るとは。
And knows this voice actress as well. If you know who it is, like someone from a series that you probably would know about, like, I don't know, Fate or ReZero or Demon Slayer or whatever else, like, let me know where she plays other characters, because I definitely know her voice.
自分は誰なのかとはまた。えらく高尚な悩みをお持ちのようじゃねえか。
Yeah.
無理もないわ。当時のわらわは自分が何者なのか、何のために生きているのかを理解できなかった。
ま、誰でも思春期になると自分の生きる意味とは何ぞやみたいな哲学的な悩みに一度は囚われるものさ。
Yes, that's exactly it.
お前にもそんな微笑ましい時期があっただけという話だろ。
Yeah.
わらわは生まれた時からその屋敷におった。そして屋敷の中だけで生きた。もちろん庭には出られたが、敷地はとても高い柵で囲まれており、それを出ることはできず。
So, This was probably before Kinso moved here, right?
また出てはならないと厳しく言われておった。
Yeah.
わらわはな、屋敷と庭は自由に歩けたが、
Interesting.
その外へは自らの意志ではたった一歩出ることさえ叶わなかった。
So Kinso not wanting to let you go imprisoned you inside his mansion.
そりゃどういう意味だよ。物心ついた時からずっとカゴの鳥だったって言いたいのか？
そういうものだと思っていた。何しろ気づいた時からそういう生活だったからな。
Let me sit down for a while.
疑問にも思わなかった。
お前一体何者なんだ？
No, that question comes a bit late.
それよ、それこそわらわもまた望んだものだ。
But it's interesting how calm she is right now. Like she's not doing her usual giggling and cackle.
どうせ人間ではなくて魔女でしたって言いやがるんだろ。
いや違
Oh,
う、まだ違う。
yet. But that's very interesting because this would mean that while she was captured here, she was like turned into a, like, let's say human or whatever else she would consider herself, like magical girl or furniture or fledgling or whatever you would call it, like in a pre-witch form through Kinso. But we know she was already a witch when she met him and gave him the gold, right? Or at least it seems that way, or is made to appear to us that way. Well, do we know? Did she ever claim that she gave the gold to Kinso? I mean, the letter claims that all the time, and the history too. But did she ever say that? Did she ever say, "This is my right? I have the right to the gold," and all of that? Huh. Like, could it be that this Beatrice isn't actually the Beatrice that gave him the gold? I mean, obviously it would be the case with the human version, but would it also be the case with the witch version, maybe? Like, was there a witch beforehand that gave Kinso the gold and she was a witch born through Kinso? No, that can't be, because she talked about how Kinso trapped her with a contract back in the day. She did talk about that, I guess. I'm not understanding the timeline quite yet.
いや、かつてそうだったと言うべきか。わらわは金蔵によって作られた。人間によって作られた人間だ。
I should have just let her talk, should I? Okay, so like a homunculus.
肉でできた檻
I see.
とでも言うべきか。
So that's why we saw the previous Beatrice beforehand. So there was a Beatrice before, and then Kinso created this flesh version to put Beatrice inside. And that's now her current form.
なんだよそりゃ。妙な話を言い出しやがって。
Yeah.
どうせそなたは信じぬだろうがな。まずは聞け。
Okay.
わらわは千年を経た偉大なる魔女であった。
Okay.
しかしある時、金蔵によって呼び出され、
Exactly.
その秘術にて永遠の虜となるよう縛られたのだ。
Yes.
そりゃ初耳だぜ。
You didn't? Wasn't that in the last one?
後ろ宮家で知られてる話では、お前はじい様に呼び出されて悪魔の契約みたいなのを結んで黄金を授けたってことになってるぜ。
それは正しい。そしてわらわは黄金を授け、契約の終わる時まで姿を消すはずだった。しかし、まあモテる女の辛いとこよな。 金蔵はこともあろうか、わらわに恋をした。
Interesting.
じいさまも金眼が進んでたんだろうよ。ついでに乱視だな。
I love you. I love
より
you.
によってお前に惚れるとはよ。
I would say it's rather not a problem of sight because she's quite nice looking, but with taste.
まあわらわにとっては迷惑この上ない話よ。しかし人間の力とは恐ろしいものでな。あれは恐ろしい力を発揮してわらわをこの地へ釘付けにしたのだ。わらわが首を縦に振らぬ限り解放せぬと言ってな。なんとも強引な男よ。
すげえじゃねえかよ。じいさまがオカルトかぶれなのは誰もが知るところだが、大魔女ベアトリーチェ様を釘付けにするほどの力があったとはな。へっ、バカバカしい。そんなおかしな話信じると思うか。
Yes, exactly.
やはり信じぬか。
俺が信じるのはお前が森の中の秘密屋敷に隠居していたって事実だけだ。
It seems more and more
お前
likely.
こそが六軒島の19人目なんだろう。
I would agree, yeah.
いかにも
Yeah.
そなたの想像通り、ここは六軒島の森深く。
So this is how it all can play out at the same time.
外界からは見つけることもかなわぬ隠し屋敷。その名もクワドリア。
Nine birds retreat.
そういや
Why nine?
ゲストハウスの正しい名はトライアンだって聞いたな。
But why nine birds? Is there a meaning in Japanese because it has to do with nine birds, or is this directly to the story?
なるほど。ネーミングセンスは近いな。
Definitely.
そしてお前はそこに隠居していたじい様の愛人。そうだな。
Mistress is maybe.
愛人というのは正しくない。
Yes, exactly.
金蔵の片思いであったと言うべきだろう。先ほども話したであろう。あれが勝手にわらわに惚れた。そしてわらわに求愛したが、それをわらわは拒んだ。
He was quite old.
わらわをこの隠し屋敷へ閉じ込めたのだ。いや、屋敷に閉じ込めたというのは正しくないか。この体に閉じ込めたと言うべきか。
Yes, yes, of course.
最後が何を言ってるのかわかんねえぜ。
Yeah, let's just ignore anything weird she says. She's just a Chunibyo, you know?
どうせそなたはバカにして聞かぬであろう。
Yeah.
何しろ魔女も魔法も信じぬという。語れど聞く耳を持たぬというならば、それを口にするは愚の骨頂だ。
Well, back on the scene.
信じるかどうかは俺が判断するぜ。聞かなきゃ話も進まねえしな。
True.
話せよ。お前の昔話を。
Yeah, I would like to hear that too. And how Rosa killed you. Okay, the face cam is fine.
金蔵はわらわに求愛を拒まれ
Could
た
be。worse.
それ式でへこたれる男ではない。どうあってもわらわの首を縦に振らせたかった。わらわをこの屋敷へ閉じ込め、わらわを口説き落とそうと永遠の時間を費やしたのだ。
強引なやつだな。
Yeah,
しつこい男は嫌われるだろ。
absolutely. That's like the worst of the worst. Yeah, you can see the cackle. All fine.
求愛に応えるかどうかは別にして、男をそこまで必死にさせるのは、まあ女としてそう不愉快ではない。
Ui.
しかしわらわは決して首を縦には振らなかった。
Aw. Well, I'm actually glad you didn't. He was pretty terrible.
なんとかその戒めから逃れようとしたが、あれの結界は強固で破れなかった。
それで
さまざまな抵抗を試みた結果、金蔵の結界から逃れるには 肉の体を捨てるほかないという結論に至った。
So the whole
肉体という
dying
のは
thing.
魔法を語る上でとても制約の多い器なのだ。
肉の体を捨てる？
You're pretty much dying.
なんだよそれ。
Destroying
幽
it.
体離脱みたいなものか？
Or that.
まあそんなものと考えればよい。しかしわらわは精霊ではない。魔女ではあっても、もともとは肉の体で生まれ落ちた人間だ。そのわらわにとって肉体を捨てるということは死を意味するほどではないにしても、それに準ずる覚悟が必要だ。
Like a bird trying to hatch from its egg, so to speak.
それはつまり
Or in her case, she okay. Okay, so we're going with the whole butterfly motive again, right? Like the body is a cocoon that the caterpillar was trapped in, and now she's trying to break free from her cocoon and become a beautiful butterfly in form of a witch.
自殺することでしか解放されないと決意した。
Yeah,
って
pretty
意味
much.
なのか。
Yeah, sounds like it.
自殺ではない。あくまでも肉の体を捨てるだけのことだ。もちろん魂だけになるのは心もとない。魂は肉の体を出れば太陽の強い風に絶えずさらされてしまう。それによって吹き散らされないように自らを維持するのはわらわとて容易なことではない。できることなら避けたい最後の手段だった。
Okay.
しかし金蔵の結界から逃れるにはそれしかなかったのだ。何しろわらわは自由人。金蔵の生が果てるまでカゴにて飼われるのはごめんというもの。
I couldn't see the stuff Beato kept going on about throwing away her body of flesh as anything more than a suicide. Grandfather persistently courted her, and to escape from that, she chose her own death.
それで自殺したってのか？何を言ってやがる。当のお前はそこでのんびりガーデンチェアに腰掛けてるじゃねえか。
そうだ。それこそが金蔵によって与えられた
The new
新た
face.
な檻だ。
檻？
Sorry, I thought you were finished.
この屋敷のことか。
違う。そこのガーデンチェアにてくつろぐわらわの体のことだ。
Hmm?
金蔵は魂となって抜け出そうとしたわらわを
Oh, the whole memory loss thing.
それでもなお逃すつもりはなかったのだ。いやいや恐ろしい。
That's a face.
普通は片思いの女が死んでみせれば100年の恋も冷めるであろうに。だからこそあれも魔術師の端くれなのか。
さっぱりわからねえ魔女っ子トークで煙に巻くな。つまり何だってんだ。
金蔵は魂となったわらわすらも逃さなかったということだ。人間の思いというやつは恐ろしい。
Mm-hmm.
これほどまでの魔力を発揮するとは。
So what did he do? Give
死
you a
者
new
の
body?
魂をつなぎ止めるなど、それを専門に弓道する魔術師でもおいそれと至れぬ境地よ。
So, okay, maybe like the magic version makes sense so far. How would we translate this to reality? Like, she tried to commit suicide, but it didn't work out, and because of the, I don't know, blood loss or something, she got amnesia? Something like that?
わらわはそれを知るからこそ、金蔵の恐るべき魔力にその時初めて驚愕した。 そして金蔵はわらわの魂を捕まえ、だが魂を捉えておく檻は鉄でも鉛でも作れない。ただ一つを除いて。
What did he do?
なんだよ。魔法の檻だとでも言い出すのかよ。
違う。わらわやそなたのようなこの肉の体だ。肉と血でできた檻だけが 魂をこの世につなぎ止める。
Okay, so the old talk about being caught by Kinzo and being trapped in the mansion was before he put her in the human body thing. Okay, I thought that was already the part of it in the beginning, like he immediately put her in a human body, but that only happened later. Okay.
金蔵はわらわの魂をわらわと瓜二つに作り上げた肉の檻に再び。
要約するとこういうことか。
Maybe I somehow skipped a line again. I didn't notice.
じいさまがしつこく求愛するんで嫌になり自殺したが、うまく死にきれなかったってことだろう。まりくどい言い方しやがってからに。
いいや違う。わらわはホムンクルスの種子に魂を閉じ込められ、試験管の中より生まれ入れたのだ。
はあ？バカバカしい。そんなのあるわけねえだろ。
It's magic, Battler.
生命を生み出す奇跡すらも金蔵は成し遂げたのだ。
So is that then also the reasoning behind all these servants? Like, are they also homunculi?
わらわの魂を閉じ込める檻にするためだけにな。己の恋心だけでこれほどの魔力を見せるとは。
It would still, just once again lead to my idea that maybe one of the children is actually a homunculi, and that's how they were found in how they were able to escape the room, so to speak, like, because they are not human and aren't counted by Beatrice, but still all the children were killed in the chapel, and I don't know how they aren't dead, so I don't know.
つくづく恐ろしいやつよ。
Definitely.
ああ、もうさすがにバカバカしくなってきたぜ。
Yeah, quite.
好きなだけ言ってろってんだ。俺は何も信じねえぜ。勝手にやってやがれってんだ。
なんだその不愉快な態度は。
She's so pouty.
最初は何か重大なヒントが隠されているだろうと多少の興味を示したが、聞けば聞くほどおかしな話になっていく。魔女を否定するゲームのはずなのに、いつの間にか魔女話を鵜呑みにさせられていく気がするぜ。
I see.
悪いがこれ以上耳を貸す気はねえな。勝手に好きなだけほざいてろよ。
I'm really curious about how Battler is feeling throughout all of this, because we get most of his logic, but I would say not that much of his actual feelings. And while he still keeps clinging to this to reality, so to speak, and not wanting to accept witches, you can see more and more how he's warming up to them, like he was warming up to Beatrice, and actually kind of sympathizes with her in parts, but also like this, for example, he's completely shutting down what she's trying to tell, right? So I think we saw him surrender in episode 2 already, but I think he kinda knows that he is close to actually accepting it, or that he internally knows that he believes it to be true, but he's just shutting down all idea of letting that happen. I just don't quite get yet why and what we're trying to say with that. Like, closing our eyes before the truths, but if the truth is magic, then is that the truth, or, you know, how do we see it? What's the actual truth we are looking for here?
耳クソでもほじってるからよ。
Oh, you hurt her. Don't be mean to Beatrice. She's only a murderous witch. Oh. When I started acting cold, Beato seemed unusually discouraged. Of course, her expression was still shameless, but that really easy to understand expression of hers. I had the feeling that I was able to catch a glimpse of loneliness at my failure to find the story of her past interesting. Oh, poor Beato. She has a lot similar to Maria, doesn't she? Like, both like lonely children clinging to the idea of a witch. In her case, being a witch. I wonder how far we will spin this parallel and how similar they actually will end up being. For some reason, that subtle reaction made her seem pitiful. So even though I kept my careless attitude, I decided to cover for her slightly. See, he's warming up to her. Damn it, even though she's an irritating witch, I'm still weak against her because her chromosomes are XX. You are such a cheap bastard.
ま、信じる気は毛頭ねえけどよ。続けろよ。お茶菓子代わりに聞いてやるぜ。
Oh.
わらわの身の上話が茶化扱いとはな。そこまでこき下ろされてまでのこのこ語ると思うか？
After I made fun of her, Beato reacted a little sensitively. It looked like even though making fun of people was her specialty, she was horrible at being made fun of by others. She's a glass cannon. Okay. Just then, my black teacup suddenly made a sound, surprising me. Oh, hi, Renault.
お嬢様の魂は捕らえられ、新しい生命の檻に吹き込まれました。それはつまり、お嬢様が再び人間として生を受けたということです。
Before I realized that the demon butler had taken my cup and was adding more black tea to it.
ロノエ。
ロノエ。
もうその話はよい。こやつはバカバカしくて危険と言うでな。わらわもバカバカしくて話す気にもならぬ。
She's so hurt. Aww.
新しいクッキーを今焼かせているところでございます。それまでお茶菓子代わりにお嬢様の昔話がちょうどいいかと思いまして。
What a wingman. He has a wing, see? He's a wingman.
もうわらわの話は良いというのに。
He's a bit like a babysitter. I do wonder if Renault is actually a character that exists in reality, and that in this mansion she was trapped in, that he was like the butler that was taking care of her and watching over her.
揃って不愉快な奴らだ。わらわは席を外すぞ。ロノエ、給仕を済ませたらとっとと下がるのだぞ。バトラと無駄話などするでないぞ。
かしこまりました。努力いたします。
She's actually really hurt by that. Berto's short temper, peculiar to women, sex as much, which I didn't really understand, took hold of her, and she turned her body into gold butterflies, scattered and disappeared. After that, only Ronoe and the scent of the black tea were left.
なんだか、俺が怒らせたみたいで気分が悪いぜ。
You certainly did.
ご自覚があられるようですので、
I blocked
こ
Ronoe.
れ以上申し上げることはございませんよ。
ちょっと待てよ。とどめを刺したのはお前だろうが。
Yeah. You're an ass.
はて、何のことやら。お砂糖とミルクはいかがですかな。
ミルクだけでいいぜ。あと、お茶菓子も欲しいな。
I hate black tea without sugar. I don't understand you, Battler. That's the first time I mean, aside from the sexual harassment, I'm completely disagreeing with him.
クッキーが焼けるにはまだ時間がかかりますよ。
茶化の代わりがあるって言ったぜ。
かしこまりました。ご清聴をいただけるのでしたら続きをお話しいたします。
So we will continue it already.
ホムンクルスがなんとかって言ったな。一応は知ってるぜ。あれだろ？
That thing?
錬金術だかで作り出せ。人造人間のことだろ？
Yes. I certainly watched Fullmetal Alchemist well.
はい。お嬢様の魂はホムンクルスに閉じ込められ、再び赤子となって生を受け、この世に蘇ったのです。
As a baby. Okay, so we can definitely say now that she was born here on this island as a little child. So she was the daughter of probably the original Beatrice that gave Kinzo the money. Though, of course, in this witch version, she's just her reincarnation.
しかし、赤子でございますから、 金蔵様が愛を語ろうとも、それは無駄なことでございます。
And very, very disgusting.
まさか
Yes.
じい様はその赤ん坊をこの隠し屋敷に同じ年に成長するまで閉じ込めたってのか。
So he groomed her.
はい、そのまさかでございます。
That's
しかし
horrid.
魂は同じといえど、人間の魂はその器に強く影響を受けます。お嬢様はかつての記憶をすべて失われ、ごく普通の人間の少女として成長されました。
I see.
それが、そこのガーデンチェアに座ってるベアートだってのか。
はい、その通りでございます。まさに瓜二つに成長なされました。しかし魔女としての力は持ち合わせておりません。
So it currently resembled her mother? Or she became the witch once more?
あくまでも人間としてのお嬢様なのです。
Okay. Beato, who was sitting in the garden chair, looking up at the sky, voiced the same question again. She asked who she was. The meaning of those words was finally starting to click. She couldn't understand why she was living here, or locked up. Grandfather had seized Beatrice's soul, shut it up in a body of flesh, and then shut that up in a hidden mansion. However, since she had lived here since the time of her birth, she couldn't even understand who she was, or why she lived shut up in there. Wait. Who would take such a stupid story seriously? But I changed my interpretation. In other words, couldn't it be something like this? Grandfather met Beatrice, then fell in love with her and courted her, but she didn't accept him. Then he flew into a rage and shut her up inside his hidden mansion. Beatrice tried to escape, but no matter what she did, she couldn't succeed. So she finally chose her own death. And then, no. Maybe there was a girl who looked just like Beatrice? No, a baby. Grandfather raised this child with care, but maybe he didn't view this child as his daughter. The soul was once again shut up in a cage of flesh. Those words probably meant that he didn't view this kid as her child, but as a reincarnation. Exactly. Maybe that was what it meant. If you interpret it that way, even a story this weird might make a little sense. No. This might be some bullshit Beato cooked up to confuse me. If I could accept any of this, I think it's true. Well, whether you see the interpretation version or the actual bridge version. I think this is the truth. In the first place, Kuvadorian, was it? There's no proof whatsoever that a hidden mansion actually existed. Couldn't this be something she just fabricated on that spot?
六軒島の森の中にはクワドリアンという隠し屋敷が実在します。
Now we're getting somewhere. A hidden mansion called Kuvadorian does exist in the forest of Rokkenjima. And I think this exciting bit of news will also be where we end it for now. As I said, it will just be a short one, where we try out the new way of doing things. And before we end it, we now know that there is a hidden mansion. We suspected it, but now we have proof. So, my idea for this episode will once again be, we will actually go to this mansion and find it. And there we will probably meet the Beato that we saw in the episode 2. Or maybe even her dead body, who knows. So this opens the door to a ton of things that could happen from now on. Or even the goat servants. Maybe there are tons of servants at the mansion that are serving Beatrice. But then once again, how does Kinzo not know about this mansion? Well, he does know, but why isn't he going there, where Beatrice is supposedly living? Or maybe she escaped from the mansion, so now he doesn't go there anymore because he doesn't know where she is hidden on the island. But we'll see about that next time, and it won't take long because it's just a short one. So see you soon, and have a nice time.